This is an absolute disaster for the New York Yankees, as we have the worst possible injury update we could have ever gotten for this team. And the Yankees will have to navigate a very difficult situation right as the trade deadline looms. But all of that could be for nothing, even with all of these great talents on the Yankees. As when you take a look at this team, it always has ran on Aaron Judge. And now we are getting the worst possible update we could get, and we're going to break it all down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here. If you guys are part of that 75% that's not subscribed to Yankees Digest, make sure to subscribe for daily New York Yankees updates. We're having a bunch of fun on this channel right now, doing a whole lot, and you do not want to miss out on all the good videos that we got for you. But let's jump into it. There's a lot to go over on the Yankees right now, as we have a terrifying Yankees injury update, as Aaron Judge, the best player on this team, one of the greatest talents in history of baseball, the best hitter since Barry Bonds. We are now looking at a serious situation where there's a world that we will not see Aaron Judge play until 2027. That is a real situation that we're looking at right now. For those counting, Aaron Judge is 33 years old. He's not young. We might see him miss the rest of his prime after seeing a huge update on everything, as it was revealed by Jack Curry, key Yankees insider, that Aaron Judge is out of the lineup as he deals with an elbow issue, and the Yankees are awaiting imaging. And it was mentioned by Chris Kirschner that if Judge had to miss time, it would obviously be a huge blow. But unlike 2023, when the season effectively ended after he went down with a toe injury, they actually have numerous good hitters in the lineup this year. As Kirschner said, I know everybody wants to be negative, but that team only had Gleyber Torres, who had a weighted runs created plus over 100. This team has Giancarlo Stanton, Jazz Chisholm, Cody Bellinger, Trent Grisham, Ben Rice, Paul Goldschmidt, and Jason Dominguez. They're still talented, but let's not kid ourselves. Let's not pretend like this team doesn't run on Aaron Judge. If the Yankees don't have Aaron Judge, season's over. Let's be real. Let's be completely honest about this. I know teams have won without their best player before. It's not lost on me that that has happened in the past. The Yankees are not going to be one of those teams. By the way, they already lost their second best player to Tommy John surgery before the year even began. They then had a great pitcher in Clark Schmidt. What happened? They lost him to Tommy John surgery. If we lose Judge as well, there's nothing. I'm just going to be left speechless. Like, it's just that that's what it's going to be. I mean, we'll be visiting Dr. Christopher Ahmed to go over the imaging and basically take a look at everything with that elbow. And as Fireside Yankees put here, just please, just anything but what we're all thinking right now is what we want to see. I understand that the Yankees are in a rough spot right now because, yeah, they're still in the playoff picture, but the Jays are ahead of them by a few games right now. And even if you lose Aaron Judge for, like, let's just say 2 weeks, like, let's say he has an elbow strain or something like that, they're still going to be a lot worse for those 2 weeks. And it won't confirm that they're not going to win the American League East. They could easily go on a run and take the American League East back, but it would become that much harder because you're playing without Judge for a bit. And then on top of that, you're going through this trade deadline situation. Getting Ryan McMahon is great, but at the same time, that's not the move that's really going to change a whole lot if Aaron Judge isn't there. The Yankees got Ryan McMahon because they needed a better fielder. The team's fielding was absolutely garbage on that left side of the field. So what you look at is this team that definitely got better yesterday. If you lose Aaron Judge, it sort of will all just feel for nothing at the end of the day anyway. And that's what we want to avoid right now with the New York Yankees. We want to avoid a situation where this doesn't become the catastrophic end to a team that's trying to win a World Series that hasn't won one in what's going to be, if they don't win this year, what's going to be 16 years. And that is a serious drought for the Yankees. I mean, it's one of the biggest droughts they've ever had. They had, I want to say 18, 19 years back in the 80s, but this is one of the biggest, it's the biggest drought of my lifetime by a while. I'm 24 years old. And at the same time, yes, I did forget my age. At the same time, what we're looking at is a situation where I've seen the Yankees win one World Series, and most people who are Yankee fans can count like 7 or 8 of them. So the Yankees have not been as good recently, and despite all that, Aaron Judge, he's been there, and he does not have a ring to his name, despite doing everything else someone could do in the sport. I mean, The man's batting with a 342 average this season. He's got an OPS of 1.180, an OPS plus of 218. The average OPS plus, by the way, is 100 for players. He's got a 218. There aren't even words to describe how much better Aaron Judge has been than anyone else in the American League, or really just anyone else in the sport offensively. And when you look at the wins above replacement for every single player who qualifies, that includes pitchers, Judge is one of 2 players with 6+ right now. The other one is Pete Crow Armstrong, who is a real claim to winning MVP in the National League this year. And Judge is a 6.8. Pete Crow Armstrong has a 6. Judge is so far ahead of everyone else. And when you look at the guys towards that bottom side of the list, we're seeing 4.5, 4.6. Aaron Judge is at a 6.8. For those counting, Shohei Ohtani's at a 4.8. So just going to throw that out there. But when you look at all of these stats right here, right next to me, what we see is a team, or is a world where Aaron Judge leads in the majority of these stat categories here, whether it's batting average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, obviously on-base plus slugging percentage, all of them. He is leading every single major stat category that proves what a great offensive player is. Aaron Judge is that dude. And without having him on this team, or with not having him on this team, we look to the rest of this Yankees squad, and it's not bad. But is it a playoff team without Aaron Judge and Gerrit Cole and Clark Schmidt all not being there? And probably not being there in 2027 or 2026. I mean, Cole will be eventually, but like Schmidt's out for 2026 most likely. And if Judge gets Tommy John, there's a real world where he'll be out for. I know he's a batter. It's a little bit different. Jason Dominguez went through it. He was able to come back, but he didn't really play well, so he barely ended up even playing up in the majors, and the Yankees want to slow roll him considering he's Dominguez. And it's a lot different from Aaron Judge, but still, at the same time, this is not a championship contender without Aaron Judge. It's just not. We could pretend it is. We could say all we want that the Yankees could still win without Aaron Judge on this team. They're not. They're not a contender without him. Let's be real with ourselves. It's what we're looking at. We're looking at a real scenario where the Yankees could actually have effectively their own doomsday just occur. If Aaron Judge is injured, if he goes down with Tommy John, you have to just rebuild this team. There's nothing left. We're going to wait for 35-year-old Aaron Judge to come back. He'll be a DH by then. Giancarlo Stanton will be gone, that means. You rebuild. That's what you do in this situation. You just completely and utterly rebuild. At the same time, if that happens, also just get rid of Aaron Boone while you're at it, please. I have never understood why Aaron Boone has been able to stay on this team for as long as he has. He's not a good manager at all. He has not been helpful to this Yankees team. I know we made the World Series with him. He put in Nestor Cortez in the most random situation to put in Nestor Cortez so Freddie Freeman could have an all-time career moment. Let's not have Aaron Boone be the manager of the Yankees anymore. And you also consider what you do next with Brian Cashman. Considering if Judge goes down with this injury, that probably means his prime is over. And if that happens, if Judge needs Tommy John surgery, because again, we're most likely looking at the end of his prime in that situation, you have to seriously consider moving on from Brian Cashman, because Cashman did nothing to help Aaron Judge. I know he brought in Gerrit Cole, and I know he brought in players. I'm not saying he didn't bring in anyone. The Giancarlo Stanton trade at the time made a ton of sense. But the way this thing's going, you have to consider completely cleaning house, given it'll take Hal Steinbrenner to actually care, and who knows if he actually does. What do you guys think about all of this? What do you guys think about Aaron Judge? Is he going down with this injury? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day. Go Yankees.